Greetings, brothers and sisters, greetings. First and foremost, we must acknowledge our Heavenly Father, Yahweh, through His only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai, for allowing this word to come out. And I hope you sincere, brothers and sisters, are truly edified by tonight's word. And we're going to name this word, not even 10,000 people can come against me and succeed. The Lord got my back. That's right. Again, the name of tonight's word is called Not Even 10,000 People Can Come Against Me and Succeed. The Lord got my back. Tonight's word is going to be a very sobering word. A word that I think is really going to nourish the hungry souls. I think a word that's definitely needed. If you are someone that's trying to live your life according to the Bible. What I want to talk about tonight is enemies, okay? To be exact, spiritual enemies, okay? You will find that those closest to you, okay, those that are closer to you, those that's closest to you, like family, friends, even your spouse, will be individuals that will be an enemy of you and your spiritual walk. And what I want to bring out tonight is the fact of understanding that you have to recognize who your enemies are, and you have to understand even those that's posing as your friend, even those that pose to be a close family member, even those that pose to be your spouse, could very well be an enemy of yours when it comes to your spiritual walk. So in this word tonight, I want you to be conscious of that, and I want you to understand that there is always going to be a call for peace in the midst of the storm. Okay. And also when trouble arises, you will definitely call for the Lord's help and assistance. And that's exactly what David did in Psalms chapter 3. Again, what's the name of tonight's word? Not even 10,000 people can come against me and succeed. The Lord got my back. And that's a sentiment of David. That was David's attitude. That was David's spiritual confidence in the Lord. And I agree with that confidence. And you got to have the confidence of David when you have enemies and when you're under attack, when people are out to get you, when people are out against you. You can't fight that fight alone. You got to call on the Lord, you see. In Psalms chapter 3, verse 1, it reads, Lord, how are they increased that trouble me? Many are they that rise up against me. So you see what's happening? Okay, when you got enemies that's coming up against you, you have to trust in the Lord. First of all, if you're a spiritual person and you're trying to be a spiritual law-abiding citizen, and God is your protector, God is who you serve, then you have to trust in the Lord, especially when enemies are secretly plotting to destroy you. That's when you really turn your faith and your trust in the Lord. And in Psalms 3 and 1, David is telling you, it says, Lord, who we know as Yahweh, how are they increased? In other words, how have they become many? Okay, that trouble me. Okay, who is he talking about? He's talking about his enemies, his foes, his adversaries have become many. Okay, it says, many are there that rise up against me. So many, okay, have become hostile and confrontational with David. You see that? And a lot of you out here, you're gonna experience the same thing. Many will become hostile and confrontational towards you. Listen what it says in verse 2. Many there be which say of my soul, there is no help for him in God. So all your enemies, spiritual enemies, those that want to see you fail, those who don't want to see you succeed, those that want to do harm to you spiritually, okay, they're going to tell you there's no hope. There's no help. See, when they say there is no help for him in God, when they were speaking about David, they were saying that there's no salvation from the Lord that he's going to bestow upon David. There is no assistance being bestowed upon David. Why? Due to David's past sins. Okay? Look what he did with Bathsheba. He committed adultery with Uriah. I think his name was Uriah. He had Uriah killed and then had an adulterous affair with the man's wife. So people knew that history about David and knew that once he got in trouble, the Lord wasn't going to protect him from us. The Lord wasn't going to protect him from his enemies. But check out what happened in verse 3, Psalms chapter 3. But thou, O Lord, art a shield for me. See what ended up happening? The Lord became a spiritual shield, okay, spiritual defense for David. It says, but thou, O Lord, art a shield for me, my glory. In other words, his honor, his reputation and character of being a man. It says, and the lifter of my head. See, the Lord bestowed his protection upon David, and he kept David's spiritual confidence extremely high. You see? In verse 4, it reads in Psalms chapter 3, I cried unto the Lord with my voice, and he heard me out of his holy hill. See, when David cried to the Lord, he wasn't literally crying tears. He uttered secretly a prayer unto the Lord for the need of his favor. You see? Verse 5, I laid me down and slept. I awaked, for the Lord sustained me. See, the Lord supported David and upheld him high in spirits. So David was comfortable enough to lay down and go to sleep and know when he arrives to his feet, the Lord will keep him and protect him. You see that? And in verse 6, it says, I will not be afraid. I will not be frightened. I will not be worried. I will not be terror struck. Okay? Of 10,000 people that have set themselves against me round about. You see that? So not even 10,000 people could come against David and succeed. Why? Because the Lord had his back. And see, let's focus on the 10,000. You dig? See that 10,000? That was like zero compared to the Lord. Why? Because the Lord have unlimited power, which means he destroys everyone and everything. It could have been 1,000,000 people that came against David. They wasn't going to succeed. Why? Because the Lord got his back. Why you think it tell you in Romans 8:31, if God is for us, who can be against us? You see? So we have to understand, man, in this spiritual walk, man, you're going to have a plethora of enemies that come out of the woodworks to try to destroy you spiritually, mentally, physically, psychologically. You got all type of demons, all type of workers of Satan. Okay, you got all type of people that's worldly living that want to destroy you because you're doing things to make them feel uncomfortable. You're doing things to appear that you are better than them. And when you do that, people are going to really, really want to destroy you. What you see on the screen, this is an example of what your spiritual enemies look like in the spirit. And when you got this going on, imagine 10,000 of these individuals you see on the screen. is out to come against you, they ain't got a chance. Not when the Lord is dealing with you. Not when you trust in the Lord. Not when you have faith in the Lord. Not when you live your life being obedient to the Lord, fearing the Lord. Not even 10,000 can come against you and succeed, man, because the Lord gonna have your back. You dig? I hope you sincere brothers and sisters were truly, truly edified by tonight's word, and we give all praises, glory, and honor to our Heavenly Father, Yahweh, through His only begotten Son, Yahushua, for allowing this word to come out, man. Shalom.